Again, hi everyone, and welcome to NXT. Mike today, Aldeling Darian here, and with Booker T. And as you can see, don't fall over. And as you can see, we have a play-by-play board here today, Mike today says. And today we have a play-by-play board here today, Mike today says. Yes, we do. Yes, we do, Aldeling Darian says. We got a play-by-play board here today, and it's been some time since we had one. I tell you one thing, Mike and Aldeling Darian, it's the first time we had a play-by-play board here, and some time here in the toy wrestling gathering. Fuck! And so, well, hopefully it's going to be a good show here today on NXT, Booker T says. Well, we hope so, Mike today says, because we understand that the Awesome Truth, we don't know where we put them at. They're gone now. That's bullshit. Alright. Now, Mike today said we have to think where did we put them at. Now, here's the Miz here. Where did R-Truth go? Now we don't know. We don't know where we put him at though. Oh fuck it, we don't know where he went. Fuck shit! You're not knocking my shoe off. Fuck it, Phil and I go the way you want him to go. Don't stop that. Oh, I'm right here, Booker T. I'm right here, R-Truth said. I can't stand up in the ring. Well, and neither can I, The Miz says. We're the TWF World Tag Team Fighters. And at one time, Tolga Jora said him and the Big Boss Man, or the Big Head Man, said that they wanted to take our TWF. I want to take the World Tag Team winnings off of us. But so far, many teams have seeked. So what makes them so? What makes them so? Outstanding. The Miz goes, oh, I know. Tolga Jor and a Big Headman are so outstanding because Tolga Jor came to the TWF between 98 YL from the Vinlander Thrift Medal, and the Big Boss Man, a Big Headman, came to the Toy Wrestling Gathering in 2000 YL from Toys R Us. Oh, yeah, that's what makes them so outstanding, The Miz says. That they're old timers and they've been in the Toy Wrestling Gathering for sundry years, or many years. But I don't know if we're going to really have a team to fight, because we don't know. As you know, a lot of, the bins with the squeeze dolls, the two bins of other dolls in it are downstairs, the big bins down there. We don't really have time to dig them out. Every time you grab someone, it knocks someone down. So we really don't know, if we're going to have a tag team, to fight us or not. So, at the end of the day, I don't know if we're going to have someone to face us or not. Shit. I mean, the Toy Wrestling Gathering, you never ever have anything ready to go. And that's where I come in. Well, I can't stand up. That's where I come in. Disco Inferno. Yeah, Toy Biz Disco Inferno here. What the fuck do you want? Oh, what do I want, Miz? Is that me and a tag teammate who are going to come out there, and then we're going to take your TWF, World Tag Team winnings off of you, and then we'll be the new TWF World Tag Team fighters. Like, yeah. Well, tell me. I mean, I'd like to know. Who's gonna be dumb enough, to team up with you? The Miz says, I don't know. R-Truth said who'd be dumb enough to team up with him or not. I don't even think he even has a teammate. Fuck, stand up. I don't even think he has a teammate. I just think he's making shit up. Oh, fuck. Tough point. Out! Fuck. Yeah. You're right. See, I don't think he has a teammate. I just think he's like, blowing time because he doesn't have a teammate. So, at least that's what I think the Miz says. That's what I think R-Truth says. Oh, but I could be wrong. Oh, dizzy now. Guess what? Ain't blowing time, Darren Drozoff says. I'm here. Disco Inferno, don't fuck around. And R-Truth and the Miz, you can kiss those TWF World Tag Team winnings goodbye. Well, this match is for the TWF World Tag Team winnings. First, they are the team of the Disco Inferno, or the Disco Fire, and Darren Drozoff. But we haven't seen Darren Drozoff in some times here in the Toy Wrestling Gathering, Mike today said. I know a lot of folks are going to scave us and say, oh, you can't play with Darren Drozoff's toy now, he died earlier this year, or last year. That's true. Darren Drozoff, came to the Toy Wrestling Gathering, he lost his hair, Mike today says. A closed state by Darren Drozoff to the Miz. Well, one thing, Aldeling Darian says. Darren Drozoff, when he was alive, he was in the land football team for the NFL. Then he went to ECW for going to WWF. And they gave him the ring name Droz, which was short for his kid name Drozoff. King Valkyrie said, Eldon Darian says, oh, another thing I like to do, Booker T says, at least I heard this back in the day, but I wasn't in WWF when he was around, is he liked to throw up. That was his thing. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Booker T's like to throw up on folks. By the time I came to WWF at the time, he was already will seat bound. He was riding Wiss on the W's website and on their monthlies at the time. But I thought he was alright, man. I liked his wheel seat. It looked like it was a war toll. Well, the Miz right now is taking care of Darren, Booker T said. Well, that's good to know. Well, you can tell you what, Booker T said. I tell you what, Mike today said. Darren Drozoff, the true Darren Drozoff, is up in heaven now with God and Jesus now. He's at rest now in good stead. He'll be missed. And he can walk again. And Darren Drozoff, might wonder why he chose Disco Inferno or the Disco Fire to be his teammate. R-Truth got Darren Drozoff. But Darren Drozoff got out of the way and then brings in Disco Inferno or Disco Fire. Wait a minute. R-Truth just did the fuck you to the Disco Inferno or Disco Fire or Glenn Gilbert Eddie. And now wait a minute. Darren Drozoff coming in now The skull crushing ending, Mike Today says. Yep, that's over. Darren draws off. You know, he has been known for his time in ECW and WWF. He didn't win as many matches as he thought he would have won. Aldo Darian says, well, Booker T said, looks like this is going to be done. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winners, and still the TWF World Tag Team Fighters. R-Truth and The Miz. Awesome Truth. Well, R-Truth and The Miz are still the TWF World Tag Team Fighters. Not only in the TWF, but in WWE, so in WWE too, Mike Today says. I can tell you one thing right now, Aldo Darian says, Darren Drozoff isn't happy, because he did team up with Hawk and Animal. He did team up with, Jason Albert. He didn't really do very well in any of those. Guess he was alright. Whoa! Darren Drozoff just knocked down Disco Inferno or Disco Heat like he was back in the skilled football yard. They call it the gridiron, they call it. Mike Today says. Yeah, I guess so, Aldo Darian says. He's pissed off that he lost his match. He didn't win as many matches in ECW and WWF as folks thought he won during his runs there. And they just beat him up again. Well, I guess Glenn Gilbert Eddie needs to choose his tag teammates more wisely than Mike Today says. Are you kidding me? Aiden, are you kidding me? Aldo Darian says, this is a man who got fired in his first run in WCW for not wanting to work with Jacqueline Moore when she came from USWA to WCW before she left and went to WWF and then TNAW. Oh yeah, Booker T said. I forgot about that, Booker T says. He was going to go to WWF, work with, start fighting Jesse James and have the Honky Tonk Man as his overseer. That didn't quite work out. Didn't quite work out. But anyway, and that didn't work out, Booker T said. I understand Darren Drozoff is pissed off. Oh, fuck. I'm knocking shit over. You know what? Darren Drozoff, or Draws, whatever you like to call yourself. Why are you pissed off? Astronema, you gave me a stunt. You gave me a lark. You gave me Disco Inferno or Disco Heat. He was nothing more than a stunting. He was nothing more than a stunting lark in his time in WCW and WWA and TNAW. First off, Darren Drozoff. Sorry. Yeah, need be, but at least he won the WCW, WWF light heavyweight winnings. You didn't win nothing in ECW and nothing in WWF. Oh, yeah, that need be true, but he's still a stunting lark. Darren Drozoff, you're a stunting lark too. You spent your time in ECW, I don't know what the hell you were doing. You spent your time in WWF working with Hawk and Animal. Then you spent your time with Jason Albert, and you were throwing up all the time. And speaking of that, weren't you in the fight for it all? Yeah. Well, anyway, if you're still irked and angered over losing your hair back in 2000 YL, let you know we got another Darren Drozoff doll that has never lost his hair yet. That's good news, but I still hate Glenn Gilbert Eddie, or Disco Inferno, or Disco Heat, or whatever he is. I want a match with him. Alright, you'll get your match with him, and hopefully get your hair back. Well, I understand now that Michael Cole now is standing by now with Michael Cole is now standing by now with Darren Drozoff. All right. Thank you, Mike, today. Darren draws, what do you want to call yourself? You know, you are not happy with teaming up with Disco Inferno or Glenn Gilbertetti. No, I'm not. I could have been the World Tag Team Fighters with him, but he fucked up. And then R-Truth and The Miz beat us. And they're still the TWF World Tag Team Fighters. And I will get my hair back. And at least I've done a lot more things in my ECW and WWF run than he did in his WCW, WVA, TNAW run. I mean, he's the one that got beat up by Yellow Fingers and Sleepwear. Need be true. But hey, I wasn't the one going around puking all the time. I wasn't the one, that seeked to break up the LOD. At least that was more greater. Me working with Jason Albert and seeking to break up Hawk and Animal, whatever was more greater than the shit he did. And you know what, Michael Cole? I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm still irked, still angered over losing my hair. They should not teaming up with a Disco Inferno or Disco Heat, or worse than that, with Glenn Gilbertetti. Well, you're still irked and angered over losing your hair, but we got a doll that haven't lost his hair. You can shift in that one. It's downstairs in the hidden room. Well, that's my talk with Darren Drozoff, or Draws. Back to you, Mike, today. Well, thank you, Michael Cole, for talking with Draws, or Darren Drozoff, here today on NXT. And that's all the time we got here for NXT. I, Mike today, Aldeling Darien from Disney's The Aldeling of Perseus Land, and Booker T. We hope you like NXT, and we'll see you tomorrow for a Dynamite, or Mike.